Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is White Lightning. Welcome back to Space Engineers with me. It's a very exciting day. Today is August 23rd. Yesterday, August 22nd, Keen Software House released the new version of Space Engineers with the economy update, including contracts, economy, trading, player-to-player trading, NPC factions and trading, all sorts of fun things. So it's time to start a new series of Space Engineers on that new version of the game. So I'm starting here in the new world interface here. We're going to start in the star system. The name of the series is going to be Engineer for Hired, because I thought about doing like Hired Gun or something like that, but we might not necessarily be using our guns 100% of the time, right? And so I figured we'll just go Engineer for Hire, and that way we have the flexibility to do lots of the contracts, different types of contracts, which will definitely be a priority for this playthrough. Let's go up and set up our mods. I am planning on modding pretty heavy this time through. We're going to go ahead and use the boarding ramp. And I like to show mods at the beginning of a series so that you guys know exactly what you're getting into. If you want to play along or something like that, also post the mod list in the description. If you're not interested in if you're not interested in watching this, just skip ahead 5 or 10 minutes to the actual start of the world. We're going to go ahead and go with the boarding ramp, which I always like. The letters mod, let's use the shutter. I think we'll pass on small medical station. We'll use the small solar panels, so I always like those. We can use the scaffolding, which I like. I think we'll pass on advanced welding for now. I'm kind of wanting this to be a little bit of a hardcore survival series, and so I'm going to put in a few mods that make things a little more interesting, a little harder core. For instance, aerodynamic physics I think are really interesting. One thing I will leave off is any AI mods for now, just because of the update. I want to give those mod authors time to actually update their mods for the AI and NPCs spawning in, just so something doesn't conflict. We'll use the airtight force field. We'll use ammo management controls, I guess. Keep on scrolling down, trying not to go too nuts here. Scrap is kind of an interesting one that I kind of want to use at some point. We may install that later, we'll see. Let's use the azimuth custom antennas, the board detectors. Azimuth passenger seat and open cockpit are an absolute must. A little 2x1 passenger seat I think are really important to have. We will not use battle cannon and turrets, but we will put in a couple of weapons mods later. There's battle cannon and turrets. Let's use the camera panning. We'll use the cargo fill level LCDs, which looks really cool. We'll use the concrete tool. I definitely want to use the conveyor air vent is really handy. We'll use critical reactor explosions, and I'm thinking, should we use the compact hydrogen tanks? Let me just open that in the workshop real quick to make sure that it's the one I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We'll go ahead and use the compact hydrogen tanks. I like having those around. And one thing I'm going to use is daily needs, which adds food. If you open that in the workshop, it'll show you that it has a bunch of really nice blocks, and that adds food needs to your game, which I think is kind of nice and makes the survival experience a little more interesting and challenging. I will not use defense shields. I will instead be using energy shields. The reason for that is I think these defense shields, these are the ones that make the bubble over the around the ship or something, and it's cool because you can like pressurize your bubble or something like that, which is the only reason I would consider using these for this playthrough. I do think they are a little bit overpowered, honestly, for the kind of enemies we're going to be going up against. I think defense shields are a little overpowered, and we're just going to go with the other energy shields, the ones that just coat the skin of the ship and turn red, are blue normally and turn red when they are about to overload. I think we'll just use those, at least for now. Maybe we'll add in defense shields later if energy shields prove to be not up to snuff, or if it turns out we do want to pressurize a base that's under a shield dome or something like that, which would be really cool. Directed energy warfare, we'll leave that out for now. Let's use easy inventory. This is the one we're going to want to use, is energy shields. We'll use exploding gas tanks. We'll use Eyes Just Got Clear, which is nice. What else do we want to use? No halo weapons. We'll use not health and energy pants, because those have been added to the game now, which is really nice. We'll use Hollow Planet Cleanup, which is nice. Hydrogen Rebalance slows down hydrogen generation, prevent more generation than usage while flying. Let's open this. I kind of want to use one of the. I have a couple of these hydrogen rebalance mods. Adds jetpack nerf. Yeah, I don't necessarily want that. We'll see. Inspired weaponry. What is this? I just subscribed to a couple more. Oh yeah, that's a really cool weapons mod. I'll pass on that for now, actually, because there's just one weapons mod that I want to start off with. Jetpack limit. I think this is what we want to do. Open in workshop. Has no thumbnail for some reason. Simple mod to reduce jetpack power and capacity. Let's see. Oh, and is this from Wasted? Yeah, this is from Wasted Space. We'll come back to this one. We'll use jump drive for critical explosion. We'll use the modded ladder because they're a little bit better, I think, than the vanilla ladder. We'll use the LCD sci-fi screens. Oh yeah, light blocks. Control panels on the light block is critical. We'll go ahead and this merged funnel is really fun. And Mech Specs is the weapons block that I want to use for those cannons there. We'll use configurable mech speed mod. I will not put in the missile guidance block with the large torpedoes. I think we'll go without that. I am going to use nanobot build and repair system because of I just think it makes it a lot easier for me. Takes down the amount of time I need to actually spend making these episodes, which is going to, in the end, give the result of I'm able to put out more episodes. I am limited on time, guys. Unfortunately, I don't do this full time, and so everything that helps me not cheat through some of the grind, but speed through some of the grind with the build and repair system. I don't know, maybe we'll set some rules for ourselves or something that we can only use like one build and repair system a grid or something like that. I might do that, actually. That might be a good thing. We'll use NPC Android crew. We will use NPC weapon upgrades, and what this will do is this will enable pirate ships to spawn with any modded weapons I have installed in the game, which will be really nice. We'll use paint gun. Actually, you know what? I think the paint gun's broken right now, so we'll not use that. We'll use passage intersections. We'll use this is a mod that adds just 3 new weapons that are vanilla style to the game. So we'll go ahead and use that. We'll use plane parts. We'll use the quick seal, which I think is really cool. We'll use probably not RCS, probably not realistic thrusters, and retractable landing gear. I would like. Scrolling down. Sorry guys if this is a little bit boring. Decorative block mods pack. Oh yeah, this makes it so that you can install the deco pack that Keen came out with. You can install those blocks on small grids. So we'll go ahead and use that. And the small ship mega mod pack. The reason I want to install this is because I'm thinking that we'll set a rule for ourselves that we can have a base that's a large grid, but other than that, only small grids. That's probably a rule I'm going to have for myself. Smart turrets we will leave, I guess. Sneaky sounds we'll use. Space Just Got Real I definitely want to use, just to give us a little bit better graphics and skybox over the vanilla. These spacebar bridge consoles, I think those will be nice. I think we already have tank explosions installed through a different one. We'll use the text head API. Where is our... Okay, tiered thrusters overhauled. I have like so many tiered thruster packs or mods installed. I think the most recent one and the best one is this tiered thrusters overhaul, which includes all of them. They're not bugged. They're rebalanced to be a little more expensive as you get higher up. So I think we'll just use tiered thrusters overhaul. Now this is where I'm a little bit wondering what we should do. Should we use uncooperative jetpacks or should we use the previous jetpack nerf? I'm not sure. Let's see, I think the small ship mega mod pack already comes with the small ship production blocks and stuff. So, alright, I think that's pretty much all the mods we need, with the possible exception of the jetpack. Let's compare the two. Jetpack limit, lowest power, small tanks. I wish this told me a little bit more about, like, if we open it in the workshop, it doesn't tell us much about the details here. It just says it reduces jetpack power and capacity. It's from Wasted Space, so I trust it to be okay. The nice thing, this uncooperative jetpacks, open that in the workshop here, is nice because it really does nerf the jetpack, which I think is really useful. You can't use it on a planet. Disables, but this is the biggest reason why I wouldn't want to use it, because it disables the character inertial dampeners. Which I think is going to be a little bit annoying, especially at the beginning when we're running around mining things by hand and stuff like that. Reduces back, but all the rest of this, reducing the thrust, increasing the drain, reduces the amount of hydrogen and hydrogen bottles to 1 full refill. All that stuff is really nifty, and it's going to... Basically, why I'm adding all these mods to make things harder is because it's going to really make it important for us to engineer our way out of problems. Instead of relying on our jetpack, we're going to have to build a small ship right off the bat, a little skiff that we can use to get around and mine stuff. Things like that. I guess I'll go ahead and throw in uncooperative jetpacks, and if it gets too terribly inconvenient, we can always take mods out, right? We can always, that's the nice thing about Space Engineers, it's really easy to add and subtract mods. So that's not actually too many, that's not more than, that's a little fewer than I normally use actually. Let's come in here and set up the actual world settings. I'm going to set the character inventory size for now. I'm going to leave that at 3 times. I'll probably turn that down to realistic as we move through the game, just for the 3 times, just so at the very beginning, again, as I'm mining by hand, just so as I'm filming that gameplay, don't want you guys to be too terribly bored by that. We'll use realistic blocks inventory. Assembler efficiency and refinery speed, I think we'll set those back both to realistic. Welding and grinding I'll leave at 2x. Environment hostility, I actually want a little bit of meteor showers. And yeah, maybe that's a little bit crazy, but I think my goal here in this playthrough is to make an asteroid base, and so I'm thinking it would be interesting and pose some interesting design challenges to have an asteroid base with meteor showers that are coming in and stuff. Asteroid amount, we will turn those to lowest density. I like playing on lowest density, makes it a little harder to discover those asteroids and those resources we need. Sound mode, I like playing on realistic. Unlimited world size, 15-kilometer view distance. Can we turn that up? 20? Yeah, let's just leave it on 15, that's fine. Day duration, all that stuff is fine. We'll enable auto healing, we'll enable spectator. We will not delete the respawn ship because we'll be relying on that a lot. We'll use in-game scripts, that's fine. Enable sun rotation is great. I will go ahead and enable spiders, but not wolves. Wolves are just annoying, and I always feel a little bit bad for killing them because they make that really sad, whiny dog sound when you kill them. I will turn on the spiders, though, just so when we go to places like Titan and the alien planet, we will have a little bit of an enemy there. We will... Ooh, geez, that's hard. Yeah, let's turn on friendly missile damage, so we have to be a little bit careful about that. And then I think enable economy, enable bounty contracts. Oh, those are new options there. Okay, that's cool. Alright, well, with that, guys, we're ready to go ahead and start. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut here, and I'll add this episode after the first couple of episodes so that you can see the setup after, so you don't have to worry about skipping, because it's taken me like 15 minutes already to get this set up. So you can watch this video and then continue on with the series if you'd like. So thanks for watching.